Howdy folks, welcome back to Yamalo Arc, and we're just going to have a stationary intro today because I'm kind of dizzy from spinning around the airplane in the last couple flights during the intros. But today we are in Russia as promised. I don't think I've ever flown in Russia. And today we're going to take the 727-200 Advanced. The 100 would probably be more appropriate since we're only going 227 nautical miles, but I like the 200 Advanced for some reason. So that's what we're going to take. We do have the air stairs down in the back, so that we can load, and we're still in 1440p, and we have frame rates locked at 30 because of VSync, and my eyes and my brain are much happier now. Roll weather is turned on. What is with that stripe there? Roll weather is turned on. I think we're going to take off on runway 13 based on that, but we'll check the weather before we take off. I'm just looking at the texture. Seems kind of weird. This is XPN 11.30, by the way. And first I'm going to fly this aircraft in this version of X-Plane. I don't anticipate any issues at all. I've been keeping up on the FlyJSim Discord. There hasn't been any problems. But where are we? We're at Uniform Yankee Sierra, Usinsk Airport in Russia, and then we're going to Uniform Sierra Delta, which I can't see the name of the airport because it's covered up by my audio recording software, because I record with different software for each track and I splice it together because the qualities are different. I think it's Salekhard or something. Not sure. But we are going to fly with the iPad on our lap. There are no VORs. Well, there's one VOR, I guess. And we may tune it in. Otherwise, we're just going to fly with the iPad on our lap, which means on our lap, we have the iPad, which is just the built-in map. I call it the iPad. And we're going to follow pathway 154 to 43, which, isn't it on here? Oh, there it is. 154 is this lower one. Oh, I forgot my mouse doesn't work in shadow play. Of the three left to right paths, we're going to take the bottom one, 154. Then we'll intersect when we see it with intersection 43, and we'll just follow that to the airport and do a visual landing. That is the plan anyway. It's 154 to 43 it is, and then the VOR, I found it, is 113.3 at 40 degrees. If we head for that VOR, the one and only VOR in the whole area, we can do a visual landing on runway 4, providing the weather cooperates. If not, we will have to circle to land. No matter what, though, it's a visual landing today. Visual landing, no matter what. Otherwise, I calculated our top of descent because it is such a short flight. So we normally travel about 8 nautical miles per minute or so. So if we do 8 miles per minute and we fly at 22,000 feet, that means then we come down 1,000 feet per minute. The airport is 270 feet, so let's say 0. So 22,000 feet, 1,000 feet per minute will take us 22 minutes to come down. At 8 miles per minute means we have to do top of descent to 176 nautical miles from our destination. Where is that going to be? I have no idea, because I didn't check that when I planned this flight 6 months ago. That's how far behind I am planning flights versus flying them. So I take all these notes and have it in my head when I plan it, then I go to fly it many months later and I forget the details. So I guess I could pull up SkyVector on another computer or my phone and calculate 176 nautical miles, but we'll see. I'll feel it out. And if we have to go around to lose altitude or use air brakes, we will. I have been told by 727 pilots that air brakes, spoilers in these airplanes to land was common practice. So if we do that, we're not being too much of a noob. I've been called a noob for using air brakes before, and then a 727 pilot will jump in and say no. In real life, they use them regular practice. So whatever, we'll see how it goes. I did not practice this flight because I like to learn things and do them with you. Otherwise, that is what we're doing. And that's how it's going to go. That's the flight plan and everything. I just said it all at once, I guess. So let's see, what do we need to do? We need to do our passengers and our fuel, which I think is this one. Fuel, 227 nautical miles, so we'll do 325 on the fuel. So let's see, 7, 6, 5, 326, close enough. We don't need this many passengers. Like I said, this airplane is much too big for what we're doing. And there's always one in the bathroom. And they're not going to be that many first class either. Alright, cargo. No cargo? What? We need some cargo for these people. There we go. Alrighty, let's see. Let's hide that and head over to the engineer station. And turn the battery on. There we go. Next, trip the APU. I have a preset for that. There it is. Trippy, and then start it, right? Yeah, then we're going to start it. Come on, just like that. Hold it down for a moment. Alright, we'll let that wind up, and I just did some math in my head. And when we are 51 miles away from our departure, that'll be 176. So that's how we'll figure this out. So we're going to go up to 22,000 feet, but we're barely going to reach it. We're just going to come right down as soon as we're 57 miles away. I don't know how we're going to measure that. We don't have DME, but anyway, that's how we would calculate that. All right, so APU is fine. Field and generators to close. Field and generators to close. There we go. Turn this test light off. Come on. How do you do that? You're not going to turn for me? There we go. Turn the test light off there. External power should have went off on its own, and it did. Beacon lighting and such. So let's see. Wing light can come on. Logo. Beacon come on. And strobe will come on. Navigation will come on near the end of the runway. Interior lighting. We don't need to worry about interior lighting. It's 6:11 a.m. No smoking. Where did those go? No smoking. Here it is. And seatbelt. There we go. Emergency lights armed. Stall warning. Oh, now it lets go right. Huh. In 11.26 it would get stuck down. In 11.30 it lets go. Isn't that interesting? Window heat. And we've talked about before, if this thing deep stalls and you hear that stall warning, it's too late. You're not getting out of it. APU bleed. Let's see. Open. Oh, that's right. They're all open in this thing. Okay, make sure cooling doors are open, and they are. Brighten light switches if we need to. We don't. Turn off the air card and GPU, and hopefully everything stays running despite everything. PSI is still 29? No, 20, 40, 39. So we're good there. DC meters, CSSTR, they already are in this version. Okay. Every time I fly this, I keep telling myself to redo my checklist for version 3, but we need to check those things anyway. So gas per fan on. That we actually have to flip. Right AC pack on. Air pressure set cruise. So we're going to cruise at 22. So let's make that 22. And our landing altitude is 217. So I guess we have to go 220 probably. There we go. It's on ground there. Flight plan stuff. Like I said, we're going to use the iPad on our lap and just follow the pathways. But when there is a VOR, providing it's in the sim, it's going to be 113.3 like that. And then we're going to do it over here too. So hopefully we can pick up the DME if there is going to be DME. So 113.3. The reason for the redundancy is 113.3 will be this here, which we're going to be going at 40 degrees, I think I said. Whoa, that spins a lot faster in this version. Wow, nice. Come here. I think you can do a click-a-roni. Nope, they got rid of that in this version. There we go. This is the first one, and then this is the second one for DME. We should get DME up here too, but it's in nice big letters down here. Numbers, I mean. I know if we're doing slant off with multiple VORs, we put the next one in here so we can get our intersections and blah blah blah. I have an hour-long slant alpha video for like 2 years ago if you wanted to know that, because we're not really doing slant alpha today. We're doing iPad flying today. So anyway, flight plan stuff. We have one VOR if it even gets there, if it even picks it up. Otherwise, it's going to be waypoints with the iPad and visual landing. AP altitude 22. Oh, went the wrong way. 22,000. Whoa. Feet. There we go. Altimeter and barometer. So let's go back to our map. That's not us. That's AI traffic. See, they landed. Oh, they used NDB approach. Okay. Airport mouse. Thank you. What do we got? Light variable 2938. Let's do 29. Really? 2938. Okay. 2938. Light variable. I think we're just going to do runway 13. Looks like that's active runway anyway, based on the AI aircraft. So that means we are going to taxi in the direction we're facing. Probably have a back taxi. Looks like. Okay. Simple enough. Close the air stairs. Just shift F1. I actually have a preset for that. There it is. Next page. Engineers lower. Turn on the A-fuel pumps. Whoa, where's my mouse? There it is. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, turn off the AC packs. They're both off now. All bleed valves open. They already are by default, except high altitudes. That's not us. Set better pushback. Okay. I missed the little call button with Jack's built-in pushback, but I guess we can use better pushback because we have to. Oh, I didn't install better pushback in my new computer yet. Because I got a new computer and I forgot. I guess we don't really need it, because we're just going to go that way anyway. Yeah, we don't even need to push back anyway. Good, I have to remember to get that installed. I have to put that on my to-do list before I forget. Alright, we're just going to start engines. 2, 3, 1. So, ground, come down here. And when it gets to 25, I have written down, we introduce fuel, which I think is this preset. No. This preset? Yep, okay. So there is 16, 18... 20, 25, engine 2, and we really should sit here and watch it and watch the pressure light and everything, but we heard the thing click up here, so we're going to move on for the interest of time. And there's 25, and that also means, whoops, wrong preset, that also means I forgot to install Skunkcraft's updater too. So I have 2 things to install after I'm done making this video. If I remember. I hope I remember. If I don't remember, I'll remember while I edit. Alright, there we go. Let's move on to engine number 1. It is really crazy to watch Val Dude's texture when he was texturing this aircraft every day in live stream. And now I'm actually flying the plane and seeing the textures in front of my face. It is really a cool feeling. And at the time of this recording, the group is working on the Q4XP, the Q400. I would love to be a beta tester, but you don't become a beta tester by asking. You become a beta tester by being active in the Discord and active in the live streams. I'm already active in the live streams, but I'm not active on Discord just because of time of day and I got a lot of things going on. But I would like to be a beta tester for the Q400 because I'm going to buy the aircraft anyway, no matter what. But it would force me to learn modern stuff, right? Because this stuff's all from the 60s. It would force me to learn some modern things. So anyway, different airplane, same group though. All right, let's see. Hydraulic A and B on. I thought A is already on by default now for some reason. B, we have to turn on. Close the generator bus ties. Oh yeah. At least here we only have to do the middle row. We just have to do all 9. There we go. Galley power on. Where's galley power? Over here. Both AC packs on. So far so good. Cargo heat to normal. And see that thing, it's a bug. Jack said that's a bug. Well, I haven't heard him talk about it in like a year. But he said that's a bug that turns on. Essential power to generator. There we go. AC meters to bus tie. They are. Make sure there are no lights. Well, there's that light because it's a bug. And there we go. All right. Fuel heat off. Should already be off, and it is. Anti-ice. Where are you? Right here. We're not going to use it. But we will turn on PyTot or PTOT heat. I keep getting corrected in my comments. Even though I listen to real world pilots on YouTube, they say PyTot. Although I do believe it's PTOT, but maybe it's one of those things, depends where you are. That type of thing. Just like the correct word is ukulele, but everyone says ukulele, but it's ukulele. And people say I'm wrong, but it's ukulele. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to our APU. There it is. New preset. Trip APU. And shut her down. And it's going to whine and freak me out. But if everything stays running, there's that sound. But everything's still running. Sure looks like it anyway. So we're good to go. Alright, cool. Pressure switch. Oh, we got... Oh, yeah, pressure switch from ground to flight. That's up here, I think. Oh, it's so much nicer having VSync on. Holy cow. Cabin pressure and control temp. We'll just leave everything on auto. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. Gas fan off. Heat air APU2 closed. Check the bugs. So here we go. Pull up our V card. Because it used to say V. It doesn't say V anymore. I still call it V card. That's from version 1 to version 2. So here we go. Flaps 20. Flaps 20 is what on the dial? 4 o'clock. Actually, I can probably see it now that I have a big monitor, but I never used to be able to see these numbers, so I just have to zoom in and say 4 o'clock. So flaps 20 at 109. I thought set bugs. There we go. All right. See how easy that is, and then we'll do landing later. Okay. I think that's it. How long has it been since I've flown this thing? I don't know. Many, many months. I hope it goes okay. Oh yeah, we got TCAS. What's my preset for that one? Okay, there it is. And it does work, and I believe weather does work, but we don't have any other traffic around, so we don't really need it. I just like to turn it on. What else? Begin taxi. Taxi lights on. There we go. And do we do RTO now? Not yet. Not until we get towards the end of the runway. Okay, so there's that. Let's hop outside. Ooh, that is loud in my earphones. Let's start getting the flaps down. And, ooh, get these rudder pedals on the 727. Parking brake is off, I think. There we go. And we'll slowly keep getting flaps down as we go here. Oh, that's right. Hang on. I forgot I have to unplug and replug my flaps or my rudders every time I start the sim. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, now they work. So yeah, for some reason with these pedals, I have to plug them in after I start the sim or they don't work. But it was the same way with the old computer, so it's not a computer thing. I don't know what it is. It's not a complaint, I just keep forgetting. So anyway, now that I'm out of breath from climbing under my desk, because I need to make it more accessible, to restart my pedals, we're just going to taxi through here. And let's see, how far can we go before we have to back taxi? Looks like we got to take this little taxiway up here. Actually, I think we can stay together for a minute. Let me see, what is that? One more for flaps. And let's get ready to make our turn to the left, but not let the back wheels touch the grass. There we go. Feels like a small airport for such a big plane, but should be okay. Whoop, a little bit of oversteer there because I was going kind of fast. Alright, so we want to try to do, if we can, where's my mouse? So let's try to taxi while I turn all this stuff on and turn that to RTO. I think we're going to actually do it here. Yeah, good. Alright, I don't have any throttle on. This is all, it's all moving itself. So, taxi lights. Oh yeah, we got a few more lights to turn on here. We got to turn on strobe. There we go. And trying to stay in a straight line while I'm doing all these other things where I can't see the runway. Is that straight? That's straight. Change that. Oh, that went to flight on its own. Where did I do that? I don't remember. Maybe I did that. Alright, taxi lights, nav, strove, RTO, flaps, check landing lights, check our landing lights on, check flaps, set trim for takeoff. I have a preset for that, but I can't remember. Just click the green band. Automatically does it. Just try to stay in the middle of the runway here. Alright, so we're all set. All we have to do is turn around at the end and note the time on the clock and take off. I like all the trees. They look like pine trees. How fun. Alright, 1,000 feet before the end of the runway. It's kind of hard to believe some planes can take off and land in 1,000 feet. In this plane, 1,000 feet isn't barely enough room to turn around, it feels like. Alright, let's apply brakes. And try to turn around here. These rudder pedals, it seems too easy to navigate this thing. It takes a lot more effort in like the 1900, for example, but I guess I could always play with sensitivity within the simulator, but I'm not going to worry about it. Or we're not going to make it because we picked up too much speed. Again, I have yet to engage throttle this entire time. It's just propelling itself all by itself. There, it finally stopped. Come on. Wow, we are 25 minutes into this video, and I make videos for my Minecraft channel. They never even get 25 minutes long. That's crazy. Alright, here we go. Come on. Let's get lined up so we can get this thing finished. And we can get going. So here we go. Let's just stop like that, and let's stop, please. And set the parking brake. We did everything we need to do. We are going to set the heading bug in case I screw up autopilot. Are we going to use autopilot? We are, but it's simply going to be heading bug because we don't have any navigation to tie it to. Because remember, we're just going to follow these pretty blue lines. So we're going to take off and follow this bottom of the 3 blue lines that I keep pointing out with my mouse that you can't see. So that's all we're going to do until we see the other airway, which we'll talk about on camera, but you'll probably be sightseeing during the time. So I think I got to review this. It's been ages. Note the time on the clock, 6:42 or whatever. 97 for takeoff, 92 so we don't start on fire. Climb at 280 knots. Well, we can only do 250. I'm going to start at 200 so I can engage autopilot and stick to the flap schedule. And where's my autopilot down here? Because I changed I don't have autopilot on my yoke anymore because it wasn't working with every aircraft, so it's just right here. And then we can press these. I used to press all this stuff now and then engage at the end of the runway. It doesn't work like that since version 2. You actually have to be in the air before you can do all this stuff. So that is the plan. It was heading bug. Okay, I know I'm talking this out more than normal, but it's been a very, very, very long time, which means it's been a long time for you too, right? So parking brake off. Let's spool this thing up. And we're only going to go to 97. Right? We're not going to go 100%. Well, we can go more than that. Whoop. There we go. Back off a little bit. There we go. Easy on the rudder pedals. And then 92 once we take off here. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that seemed too easy. Watch our speed. There we go. Flaps coming in already. Gears already in. Flaps coming in. We can probably climb a little bit more aggressively than that. Stay on that flap schedule. Stay on that flap schedule. Wow, this thing goes straight up. There we go. Let's come down here. Engage autopilot. Heading select. No, alt select. There it is, heading and alt. There we go. That was kind of crazy. IS hold. There we go. And bring this back to 92. And we can slowly go up to 250. I just don't want it to dip straight down. Actually, we're doing pretty well. We're pretty low to the ground. There's 90. There's 92. Alrighty. Let's bring this to 250 just straight away. Let's look at our iPad. And we really need to get booking to the left here. So let's do a sharp To the left, what degrees do you think that is? 86 degrees or so. But we got to intercept it, so let's just go 60. And then as soon as we intercept this, we will look for our intersection. Okay, there we go. 250 till 10 grand. We're at 92, so we don't blow up. What did that say? Oh, my TCAT, or my ADIS is on or something. Ooh, we better get some sightseeing in right now before we get above the clouds. We're not going to. Oh shoot! No, darn it! I was gonna say we need some sightseeing before we get into the clouds because it's overcast. But too bad, so sad. That is a weird texture when it's in the clouds. Oh well, at least I get to fly off the overcast. At least our frame rates are butter smooth. Oh well. It's going to be peaceful. I like being in clouds, even in real life when I'm on a commercial flight. I love being in the clouds. It is really peaceful. You can turn that off. We're pretty ready, almost ready to increase our speed at 280. So that's what we'll do at 10 grand. 280. Auto brakes can come off now too. Those can come off. Gear is off. Auto pack trip to cutout, which I think is automatic on this one. Where is it? Yeah, cutout. Adjust cooling doors to close as you go on your way up. So that you're near 40 degrees Celsius. Wait, we're at 100 something. So let's keep them open because you want to aim for 40. Again, I'd use my mouse, but it's the Mickey Mouse ears there. Seatbelt off at cruise? No. Seatbelt stays on when I'm flying. Alright, 11 grand. Landing lights can come off now. And we are ready to cruise. The only thing that we would do differently is turn off seatbelt, which I'm not going to do. Look at that. The clouds go to the horizon. Oh my gosh. And they're broken, which means you can kind of see down sometimes. Alright, what do we need to do? We can go all the way up to 280. Here we go. 280 knots. And like I said, we need to come down 176 miles from our destination, which I don't know what that's going to be because I just don't know what that's going to be. I'm going to have to pull up SkyVector on my phone or my other computer and see what it is. Anyway, let's hop outside a minute. Have a quick look around, take a snapshot. It's going to screw up my game audio, but that's okay. Alrighty, there we go. We're going to climb all the way to 22,000 feet. Let's get another shot of that. Hop inside, check our map. Oh, good. We're just about to intercept our airway 154. And once we do, we will adjust our heading bug. I'm always so nervous to fly any flight as I'm thinking about the flight and getting it ready and everything. But then once I start flying, I just enjoy it so much. It's so interesting. And I've said that before too. It's always been that way where I'll think about a flight. I'm like, oh, do I really feel like flying today? Do I really feel like taking 25 minutes to start up the aircraft? And then I got to navigate and then I got to land. But then as soon as I get in the cockpit, I don't want to do anything except this. So oops, there we go. Let's stop right there. That wasn't as smooth as it could have been. But good enough. There we go. I'll just adjust that so we follow the blue line. What I'm most nervous about is calculating my distance. That's what I got to do next. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you to some sightseeing because we're set now. We got nothing to do except come down at our top descent. So I'm going to do some sightseeing for you. It's not going to be much. It's going to be a bunch of clouds for a minute or two. And then I'm going to look up this airport and I'm going to figure out where our top of descent actually is. Be back in a moment. Alright, so I'm just keeping an eye on things here. Fuel or engine temps, oil temps, everything is good. Oil pressure is good. Fuel quantity is plenty good. Coming down here, everything is just fine. We can actually probably bring back throttles just a hair. If we look over here, we're going pretty fast. So I did calculate top descent, and it's just before intersection, which is pretty much right about now. I did get kind of out of the way there, so we are going to adjust in a moment here like so. But this is pretty much top of descent right now. So as soon as we level off, it's time to come down. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this, actually, yeah, we're going to set this to 1,000 feet. Now remember, it's a completely visual approach. Airport's at 217. We're going to set that to 1,000 because we need to be manually flying by then anyway. And then we're just going to come down about 1,000 feet per minute. And then we should end up right at the airport on time without any assistance from spoilers. So what we're going to do now, actually we're going to descend at, I think we descend at 310? It's been a long time. What do I have here? I don't have a, well shoot, I didn't do my standard barometer at, I thought you could click that. I didn't do my standard barometer at 18,000 feet. 2 I have that in my thing. Yeah. How did I miss that? 2 2. There we go. But we're coming down anyway. We're going to overspeed. Let's bring back throttles all the way. Not all the way because it gets mad at us. Let's come down here. Let's do the new alt select. And let's do IS hold. But we're really going to aim for 320. Is Jack like 320 to descend? I can't remember. We'll do 320 to descend. So throttles are almost all the way back. If you go all the way down, you get your gear horn. So our new alt is selected at 1,000. It's selected down here. We're still using the heading bug, which actually that reminds me we probably went through an intersection. Barely. This is kind of a challenging way to do this, but that's what we got to do when we got navigation instruments from the 60s and an iPad from 2019. They kind of got to work together. So we'll keep adjusting the heading bug to stay on that track. There we go. So the new altitude is selected. We're going to descend at 310. When we get to 18,000 feet, I'll redo the barometer. And then as we get below 10,000, we have to hit 250. We'll slow down to 180. I have a note here. Flaps, gear, yada, yada, yada. Too early for all that. So the next stage... Ooh, look, clouds are clear. The clouds are gone. The next stage then is to wait for a destination to appear on the map so we can get the weather. Once we get the weather, we'll adjust our barometer. Otherwise, we'll go back to whatever it was. Can't remember what it was. 3028, I think. At 18,000 feet. There we go. Fine-tuning that heading bug. Actually, look at this. We're picking up that other VOR, aren't we? But it's now lit up here. That's interesting. Why isn't it picking it up here, but it's picking it up there? Huh. Because if we can use this VOR, that would be awesome, because then we can fly straight into the runway. Let's go all the way over here on the heading bug and see if we can get this to move. If we can get that to move, we'll do VLOC. What I'm looking for is this to light up yellow, which means it's actually picking it up. Huh. I'm gonna play around with that a little bit. If it doesn't ever kick in, we can always go back to our blue line. Interesting. Otherwise, not much more to say unless I repeat myself, which I'm not going to do for the first time. Imagine that. A little bit more sightseeing for you. I'm going to tease this CDI a little bit here. And if it kicks in, I'll come back with you and we'll set that up with autopilot. Otherwise, a little bit of sightseeing. And if that doesn't kick in, I'll just stay on that blue line and catch a little bit. Oh, wait, look it. We have a distance, 135 nautical miles. Sweet. Good. Okay, catch you in a moment. So it definitely got interesting. We're in this really hilly terrain, in the clouds, in a rainstorm, and it's looking pretty awesome. Nothing on the radar, so maybe the radar doesn't actually do anything. I don't know. TCAS doesn't seem to be doing anything either. Not sure, but we still haven't picked up our direct inbound. We're at 250 because we're below 10,000 feet. I already turned on landing lights at the auto brakes and everything. I'm just hoping we don't run into this terrain. I think we'll be fine. So anyway, getting ready for descent. We need our destination weather information, but our destination is not popped in yet. I think what's going to happen is you're going to hit this blue line, and that's when our CDI will kick in, and then we'll be able to fly straight in. That's my plan. We might have to level us off in terms of descent though, because we're getting there kind of fast. So remember, in this plane, because we're locked with IAS, to control our descent, we just increase throttle. We'll descend less. That's all. We'll keep the same speed. So let's see. Barometer below 18,000. We got that. Destination and weather we don't know. Landing lights, yes. Taxi lights turn off, yes. Auto brakes, yes. Arm spoilers. I guess we can arm the spoilers. I had a preset for that somewhere. I don't know what that would be. I can't remember, but I do have a preset for my spoilers. I think it's this one. Nope. I don't know. Let's turn off the map. Let's look down, and spoilers this way. Okay, spoilers are armed, although we shouldn't need them. I mean, it's kind of early, but I want to get everything set because you know how I am. So everything is ready for landing except gear and flaps because it's way too soon. But we're still coming down. I'm still gonna keep coming down 1,000 feet. We're 89 miles out. So there we go. The needle is moving. So let's go down here and do nav lock. I don't know why we're not getting... There, it popped in. Good. Boom. Okay. So it should pick it up, and then we'll just fly, literally just fly straight in. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it says blue line. We still don't have our destination weather though. So all I'm going to do now is let the autopilot get us to the airport. I am going to use throttle to slow down our descent rate in a moment, I think, because we are really getting low and we're nowhere near the airport. We're still 87 miles out. So let me increase some throttle a little bit. It'll keep us at 250. I think once we turn towards the airport, I think we'll slow down to 180 maybe? Nope, too early for that. We'll wait until we actually see. Why won't this update? Give me something over there. Oh my goodness. I know you're not supposed to use the built-in map for navigation, but I really wish you could get a little more range. Oh well, doing the best we can. So we'll let the computer get us there. I have slowed down our rate of descent. Once we get our landing information, I'll cut back with you. Otherwise, too early for flaps and gear, and that's all we have left to do. So I'll catch you in a moment. Okay, I do not understand the clock in this airplane because I've been recording for less than an hour and we took off. I thought it was 6:42, right? So that's 6, 7, 8 after 9. Has not been 2.5 hours. It's been like 40. No, it's been 24. It's been 35 minutes. But for some reason, it said it's been 2.5 hours. Unless we crossed 2 time zones, I really have no idea. Super confused. But anyway, I'm keeping our descent rate like 100 feet per minute or something because I don't want to come to the ground too soon. We are still 59 miles out, so at about 30 miles out, it'll slow us down to about 180 or so and start getting gear down and flaps down. Like I said, there's going to be visual landing, but this VOR inbound should take us directly over the runway. It should be straight in. That's the plan. So we'll see. Still don't have our destination on the map. It's driving me really crazy because look how close we are to the edge of the map, and it's not refreshing. I don't think this does anything. Nope, that just centers it on you. And that just makes it true north versus your north. Or you up versus north up. So, I don't know. As soon as that refreshes, though, we can get our destination weather. And we'll start slowing down. And we'll get flaps and gear down. I have a close-up of the flap schedule somewhere. Which one is my flap schedule close-up? There it is. Let's just review. First set of flaps at 190. Second set at 160. Yeah, not a big deal. Otherwise, I guess we can talk about our landing speed. So let's pull up our V card. And 30 flaps, which again is 5 o'clock on the dial at 118. Set the bug. So you want to do 118 plus 5 plus gusts. So we'll do like 125 or 126 or so with 30 flaps. There we go. Now we have our destination. So what is the weather like at Union Sierra Delta Delta? Yeah, see, we're pretty much going to be flying straight in. Good. For the most part. Let's see. I guess we could tune in an NDB and fly towards the NDB. And then we'll see the runway from there. Maybe we'll do that just for fun as well. Otherwise, the weather. Wind 220. So we actually should pick a runway. So if the wind is from 220, we want to take away the 0. We should land on runway 22. Because 220 means it's coming from 220. Which means we should be landing on the opposite runway. So I think we'll do that. I think what we'll do is we'll fly over the airport, make a traffic pattern. So this is runway 22 here then, I would think. What's the rest of this stuff? Helipads, yeah. So 4 and 22. Runway 4 won't make sense because wind is from 220, which means it's from, I can't see my mouse. It's from the lower left, from our direction. So runway 22 is opposite. So yeah, we need to land exactly on the opposite runway. We'll do that. Fine, that's what we'll do. We'll fly over the airport, make a traffic pattern. Again, this is all visual, and we'll just land on runway 22. Okay, what was that barometer though? That's what we really need. 2959. 2959. Just like that. There we go. Wow, big difference in altitude. Almost lost 1,000 feet there. So I think what we're going to do, because we're so far out, is we're just going to level off right here. I'm using throttle to level off. I'm not going to use autopilot. I'm going to use throttle. And keep our speed up. We'll slow down pretty soon. Like I said, 30 miles or so, 35 miles. We'll start slowing down. We'll see the runway. We'll circle to land on the most appropriate runway for the weather. And it's going to be beautiful. Right? It's been a long, long, long time since I've landed this thing. Don't expect miracles. At least we'll have direct headwind. That'll be nice. Alright, we're at 32 miles, so let's slow this down to about 180 or so. Bringing back throttle so we don't ascend. And there should be that gear horn. Yeah, there we go. We will get a couple flaps down though. Not gear until we circle the runway. But we will need flaps because we're going to be going so slowly. Looks like there's a nice river out there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's cool. Very neat. This is the first flight in Russia we've had, so this is pretty fun. Getting flaps up now because I can see the back sinking. Even though it looks like we're a bit ahead of the flap schedule, but that's okay. Otherwise, so far so good. Let's pull up our iPad one more time, but now we don't need the iPad. Now we're going to use our VOR, and then we'll go visual. It looks like there's a lot of water coming up here. Awesome. So yeah, we're going to use the VOR to get there, and then we'll go visual. I could probably just follow the water visually too, and then use the NDBs if I wanted to. Well, we won't. We'll just do a visual. Stab out of trim. What's that? Anyway, so no more iPad. Don't need it. We can do everything now in instruments. The way this thing is meant to be flown. The way I like to fly this thing. 20 miles out, and I don't see the airport yet. Whoop! I think I saw a beacon pop into view there. But what I noticed are the new atmospheric textures in 11.30 when you're close to the ground. That's kind of cool. I guess I like it. Kind of neat. I'm glad it's automatically on the airplane. You don't have to have the designer come up with an update or anything for that, so that's kind of cool. But this will be our last look outside, so enjoy it while you can. There's one wing view. There's the other wing view. Now it's time to fly the plane, and why? Oh, because we're at 1,000. Like, why are we starting to sag? Because we've hit 1,000 feet, so lots of fuel. And start to get those flaps out more. We need to get all the way to 30, which is going to be 1, 2, 3 more sets, but we're not quite ready for them now. So let's keep our speed up until we've crossed over this airport. And then we're going to take over and fly by hand, which I'm very excited about doing. All lights, landing lights are already on. Spoilers are armed. Auto brakes are set. Too early for gear, too early for flaps. But not too early to stay out of a stall. So the only thing I did wrong, which is kind of a major thing, is I descended much too aggressively. And therefore we came down too low too soon. Even though I did soften our descent near the end, we still came down too soon, too steeply. So, bummer there. If I were to redo the flight, I would just delay our top of descent by another 60 miles or 50 miles. Well, I'm still looking for this airport. I don't see it, and we're only 14 miles out, and the VOR is at the airport. Let's keep our speed up, though, a little bit here. So we know the runway we want is 22, so let's set this to 220 degrees, our heading bug. There's 21, there's 22, right? Whoop, past it. There we go. Come on. Can I do one click at a time on this? No, I can't. Not on this version. Oh, I can mouse wheel it, though. Okay, good. So now we know the orientation of our runway. So when we do our pattern, we know where we are. Still don't see a runway, though. So we're just going to hold tight. Let's take out our binoculars a second. I imagine it's up there somewhere, just hasn't rendered in yet. I would think. I don't know, because there's the water going around. Let's pull up our iPad one more time. And, okay, so it's just after that huge body of water. Because there's that little river. Oh, can't see my mouse. Shoot. So little rivers in front of the nose airplane, the big body of water, and then the runway. So, like I said, we could just follow this water if we wanted to. We just might do that. Once we see the runway, I think we'll just follow that huge body of water. That'll help us circle. And then the heading bug tells us orientation of the runway. But we'll keep the VOR tuned, I think. Kind of like a back course. And it should kind of line us up. Kind of like an ILS, but not really. Not supposed to use it that way, but anyway. I'll be back with you here in a second, as soon as we cross this water. Runway's in sight, all right on the PAPI, so we're very low. So let's kill autopilot. There we go. Nope, that didn't kill autopilot. Please. There we go. Kill autopilot. We're going to hand fly now. There's a runway in front of us, but we don't want that runway. So we are just going to try to remain at 1,000 feet. Do not descend. If anything, we want to ascend a little bit, but ideally I should be able to control this so that we stay level. Yeah, I know. Go away, light. There we go. And we're just going to use this water as a visual. And then we'll circle to land. I really want to sightsee, but I don't think we're going to because I have really good approaches and landings if we don't hop out of the cockpit and sightsee. If we stay in the cockpit, we seem to do okay. So let's just stay here like this. We're going to keep our speed about the same. We'll slow down once we're on our base leg. Runway should be right there. There it is, as expected. Nice. And then we'll use our heading bug to tell us where it is. Oh, look at that. There's like a city there. And with all my detail turned up, it actually models in little cities and things, even though it's just one row. How cool is that? All right, let's go back down to 1,000 feet because we climbed a little bit. And we should be ready to turn on our downwind leg, I think. Let's give ourselves a little more room. We are cruising along at 170 miles per hour. All right, here we go. Downwind leg. Start slowing down. I don't want to get gear out yet, though. But we need how many more on the flaps? Whoop, wrong button. We need 3 more on the flaps. Not quite yet. So we know we're doing downwind leg as soon as our heading bug is at the bottom of our directional. I guess that's kind of an HSI. I don't know what it's called when it's an old one like this. I just know the modern ones are called an HSI. I also call it my CDI because of the VOR thing. So now we're doing downwind. So now we're perfectly parallel to the runway, but flying away from it. And let's not go below 800 feet here. And like I said, we can kind of use the VOR. Actually, we can probably switch that now. So I can't really get to it. There we go. 180 plus 40 is 220, right? Should be 220. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 220 should get us. Come on. Can I do this mouse wheel? There we go. That is kind of like a localizer now. Sort of. Let's just keep flying away. Gives ourselves plenty of room to make a base. Alt. Doesn't like how close you are to the ground. Sorry. Increase throttle to increase altitude. Don't pull up. You just slow down if you pull up. Some more throttle. Let's get gear down now. Let's start slowing down. And let's make our base leg. And then we have to look out the window. And if anything, we want to gain altitude just a little bit. More flaps. We're really going to fly dirty. We're going to fly absolutely filthy. Let's be a little more aggressive on that turn, I think. And 30 flap, which we probably didn't need to do to our final, but I did it anyway. Almost full throttle. Let's not descend. If anything, let's climb a little so we can actually see the runway. And there we are. There we go. This is our base leg because the heading bug is to the right. And we're going to kind of use the VOR as a localizer because I can't see the runway whatsoever. So normally you would use the visual of the runway so you know when to turn in, and I can't see anything. So here we go. Our flaps are set to 30, right? Correct. Let's not really climb and let's not drift. Okay, here we go. VOR is picking up, so let's start turning in now. Let's start slowing down too. We don't have to go this fast. Here we go. Start turning in. And ideally we should see the runway in front of us as soon as we line up with that heading bug. Do we see a runway? Where are ya? I know you're there.
1,000.
Where are you? I don't see you because of the haze. Oh, there you are. I see it. Okay, we're a little bit to the left of the runway despite what the VOR says. So the VOR is a little bit left of the airport, I guess. And it says we're all right on the PAPI, so let's use throttle to gain altitude. And we're just going to fly towards those red dots right there in the center of your screen. Okay, we got one white on the PAPI. So let's not descend. Let's hold our altitude until we get 2 and 2. Gears down, flaps are set, brakes are on. We're just going to touch down as smoothly as possible. 118, I think it said, plus 5 plus gusts. So we're going to do about 126 or so. We're just going to get till we can actually see the orientation of that runway here. Alright, we managed to drift a little to the right of the runway, so let's come back. Let's start slowing down. And let's see, brakes are my right trigger, reversers are my left trigger. Oh, we have auto brakes, so I shouldn't touch the brakes. But we do have reversers on the left trigger. Hopefully it's still mapped that way. Then after I record, I have to remember to reinstall skunk crafts, and I have to remember to reinstall better pushback. Alright, here we go. This is our land. This is our touchdown speed. So let's point down a little bit to gain speed, but give more throttle so we don't descend. Because we still 4 red on the Pappy. Alright, too much speed. So let's bleed off the speed. And just float right along. We are getting pushed to the right a little bit. So I'll do the best I can. We don't really have a crosswind. Okay, let's not slow down any more than this. This is our touchdown speed. Why do I feel like we're sinking? Oh boy, I'm really nervous all of a sudden. Oh, I'm so nervous. Why? This isn't a big deal. I can do this. I've done this many times. Here we go. Let's not bounce. That's all I care about. Just don't bounce. I don't care if I land halfway down the runway. Just don't bounce. Throttle's back.
20. 10.
Grease it. Any day now. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. And reversers. Auto brakes are doing their thing. Let go of reversers at 60. Tap the brakes to take the brakes off. Roll it out. Flaps can start coming in. Why am I getting an alt alarm? What the heck? Very nice. I don't know where we're going, so let's hop outside. I think we can take the next taxiway. Spoilers can come in, right? Spoilers are that one, okay. I have my spoilers on my yoke now too. Alright, let's start slowing down. Very nice. Wow. I landed beyond the touchdown zone, but I don't care. That was a greaser if I've ever seen one. And I'm very, very happy with that. Good. Alright, let's start coming off here. Whoop, I'm turning my yoke like a steering wheel again. That is like the noobiest thing you can possibly do. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Alright, let's see. Let's come up here past this. Actually, can I do this at the same time? Can I turn off those lights, keep the taxi lights on, navigation can come off, this can go to disarm. There we go. Good. No time on clock. It says it took 3 hours. It did not. It took, what did it take? 49 minutes, I think, something like that. So I don't know what the deal was there, but with our clocks. Where are we gonna go? This is a busy place today. Holy moly. Let's just go next to this big guy here. We're gonna have to nose in, and they're just gonna have to turn us around later because we don't have means to get pushed back right now. So let's just nose in here. Oh, look at the cute GA parking. Isn't that adorable? Alright, let's just stop right here and come down here and set the parking brake. Wow, I can't believe I get so nervous landing this plane, but my best landings are in this aircraft, but I get the most nervous. Alright, let's see here. Landing lights off. Oh, this isn't my most current checklist. That's why I'm confused. I have handwritten notes on here. Okay. Let's see here. Flaps in, yes. Auto brakes in. Pressure switch from flight back to ground. Taxi lights can come off. Strobe can come off. Wait, no, wait. This is backwards. No, it's not. It's me. I'm backwards. We can do that now. Connect. We're not going to do APU. We'll do ground cart power. What's this? Oh, fuel. That's fine. We'll do ground cart. And we'll do that. And we'll come over. Whoops, I'm clicking too many things. Can we do that? That should work. Yeah. We can. Oops, fuel is this one. There we go. And that should turn the engines off, right? There we go. Good. But we still have power. What else is on here? I have all these things written down. I can't read my own writing. I gotta find my current. Well, no smoking stand. Seatbelts come off. I gotta find my most current checklist. I was wondering why I had some weird things on there. Whatever. That's not for you to worry about. That's for me to worry about. This can come off now as well. Whatever. Battery. Turn one of those off. And I think we're good. That's all we need to worry about. Yeah, let's hop outside. Alright, cool. Where are those lights coming from, though? Oh, that's be the logo light. We'll keep the logo light on. That's fine. Alrighty, excellent. It's so nice to have a computer that can fly in that kind of weather like that with all those clouds. VSync is on, so I'm not getting dizzy anymore. But anyway, welcome to Russia. I haven't flown Russia before, I don't think so. This is very fun. I don't have much to say. I said everything I wanted to say during the flight, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm trying to get better about not repeating myself so much. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. If you are a regular subscriber, thank you for your continuing support. If you found me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. The channel is picking up steam now. Ever since we hit 500 subscribers, we're just getting like 3 a day. This is awesome. So the next goal is 1,000. Let's see if we can get there by the end of the year. Think we can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year? I don't know. I'll need your help. I should probably spend more time on the forums. That would help too. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the flight. No matter who you are, though, or where you came from, I'll see you on the next one.